Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the college, the Collegiate Star League. Almost got all my colleges mixed up there. Welcome to the Collegiate Star League. It is Hunted and Vitali. It's Wednesday night. That means it's Rocket League time here. And Vitali, we are going down to Missouri. It is a cold night in Missouri, but we're bound to have some fun playing Rocket League tonight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's cold outdoors, but you're inside. You're playing Rocket League, nice and warm. I'm quite warm in my room right now. I need to open my window, but I'm excited to see this series. I mean, it's between Maryville and Missouri State White. I'm excited to see kind of what these two teams bring to the table.
Yeah, Maryville off to a hot start this season. They are 2-0 coming into this one on the side of Missouri State White. However, they are sitting at 1-1. So can this Missouri State team end that hot streak for Maryville, or will it be a continuation of how the season started for this team?
I'm kind of unsure. The only loss that Missouri State's had is against MST, and that's a tough matchup. Obviously, MST being a quite solid team, and Maryville, they are known for bringing out like pretty good teams. I mean, I know their League of Legends team. I think they won last year. Like the actual official Riot Games like sponsored thing, it was crazy. But so they're proven to have like multiple teams that are really good. So I'm kind of expecting Maryville to have the same sort of thing in Rocket League. They're obviously starting out pretty strong, 2-0. So I'm wondering what they bring to the table here.
Yeah, obviously the best start that you can ask for if you are Maryville, and it is very early in the season. We have a lot of Rocket League to play. They're coming off a bye week. Vitali I think both teams actually. I know Maryville for sure. How does that kind of affect you coming into week 4?
It doesn't really affect you a whole lot. I mean, you take a week off, you work on extra practice. Missouri State team actually didn't have a bye week, I don't think. Didn't say a bye week. It doesn't matter. But both teams just got to come in. There's an extra layoff, so I don't know. There may be a little bit of rust, and obviously playing on stream, it's going to be bringing out a little bit of nerves. So I feel like game number 1 is just going to be a filler game, kind of see what happens in this sort of game number 1.
Well, I believe, Vitali, that the teams are here and they're ready to play. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get them going ASAP. It'll be game 1 of this 5-game set between Maryville Red and Missouri State White. They are joining now, so let's throw it on into the game. Game number 1 here as we begin. It's going to be Maryville in blue, Awash, Muzzy, and Unez. And for Missouri State in orange, D-Stuck Naturals and Old Gunner. Gunner's going to get the first opportunity. That one just gets pushed wide. Naturals tries to throw this on goal. Bounces down in front. D-Stuck can't quite get it by the defender. So we start off nothing, but Missouri State with the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure early on. A couple double commits early on from Maryville, but things can get cleaned up as Unez just kind of clears it to the wall. And I'm looking at just see if Missouri State will keep that early pressure they had early on in the game, or see if Maryville can bring it back.
Well, into the corner goes Muzzy. He might have an opportunity. Good recovery from Naturals to play it across the box. Into the corner we go as D-Stuck plays it away. Awash last man back. He gets a bit of a touch and demoed now. Gunner going to play that out in front. I'm surprised he took that ball away from D-Stuck instead of look for the pass out front. Either way, they're going to get a shot on goal. Good save by Muzzy on the goal line, however. And still, Missouri State trying to put some pressure on, but a couple of questionable decisions on offense. They can't find the net, but as I say that, it'll go over top of the final defender on the long clear. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Muzzy just kind of gives that ball away for free to D-Stuck, and this just goes all the way on the field. Unez unable to get up in time, and it just goes right into the open cage. And finally, Missouri State able to capitalize on the pressure they've had most of the game and grab an early 1-0 lead.
So 3:42 left to go, game number 1, as Gunner plays this towards the cage. It'll bounce home. 2-0 now for Missouri State. D-Stuck, and now Gunner on the board.
Yeah, old Gunner just beating his man to the ball, and it bounces perfectly off the post and in. And a good start for Missouri State, able to start up 2-0. And we'll see if Maryville can come back. They haven't had a whole lot of offensive pressure. It's been in the blue end most of the game, so we'll see what they can do to start breaking out.
Shot by D-Stuck there, pushed aside. Well, this one nearly given away out in front. Gunner will beat the attacker to the ball. Here's Naturals. Can't get the touch on it. Had an open goal to shoot at, but he couldn't quite get the car around. So still 2-0. 3:15 to go. For Maryville, they haven't been able to break out of their own zone for quite a while in this game. Missouri State really controlling the middle of the field.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job of waiting for these touches to just kind of go right to them. As D-Stuck doing a good job of passing out the ceiling. A-Wash with an unfortunate touch, and Gunner going to put it away. 3-0 Missouri State.
And you talk about the touch from A-Wash there. It goes hard off the ceiling, but comes right back out in front for Gunner. He'll put home his second goal of the game. So already a sizable lead for Missouri State. Something that Maryville's going to have to try to bounce back from. This ball pops up in the air. D-Stuck not going to be able to play it off the ceiling. Gunner is there in support. As A-Wash looks for the double, won't find it, but Anez puts the rebound home, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, but all three players go for this, but doesn't matter. Is Muzzy able to get the demo, and Anez beats the last guy. He was the second man, but he beat the last guy with the demo. Now it's 3-1 and a good play from Maryville to get back into this game. There still is over half the game left, so still a lot of time for them to come back into this one and score 2 goals.
They've got to play out of their own corner for the moment as D-Stuck will challenge Muzzy there. Naturals challenges Anez. And A-Wash eventually gets the clear. Has Anez down the pitch. It's a 2-on-1 if he can pass it across the box. A-Wash was waiting, but a solid play in the corner from Naturals keeps that play from developing. As we've crossed the halfway point here in game number 1. Muzzy's going to fire this towards the net. That's wide. A-Wash the rebound. Just gets a dribbler out in front. Will be Gunner to see it clear. So 2-10, 3-1, D-Stuck, quick shot, good save by Muzzy. And still, the defense from Missouri State hasn't been too poor so far in this game. They've only let in a goal. And everything that's come their way, they've played away.
Well, there is also that, what a save from Anez, but they haven't really been tested a whole lot. The one great offensive opportunity that they really had was put in. So, and every other time, that's another shot towards net, Muzzy. It's saved. Just, it feels like it's always in the blue end, and I don't really know if they know how to deal with this pressure. Gunner, you're trying to get a flip reset. He does. What a play from him. No boost, but he gets that flip reset, put it in.
For his hat trick as well. Great touch off the wall. Took it away from Naturals a little bit there, but I don't think they will complain about that too much. It's a 4-1 lead now for Missouri State. A great goal from Gunner, again, for his hat-trick here in Game 1. So he'll even get a demo right off the kickoff there onto Anez as Natural keeps the ball in. It's going to be A-Wash to try to dribble clear. D-Stuck challenge. Gunner shoots. Not hard enough to beat the blue defense as they were rotating back. Now A-Wash will challenge D-Stuck in mid. Bounces off the mid wall. Good clear from Naturals. Back into the corner. That's going to get away from Anez. D-Stuck will score. It's 5-1. For Missouri State, and game 1 all but over.
Yeah, good play from Naturals. Anez just unable to get a touch in that corner, and D-Stuck reading it perfectly. It bounces right in front. It's 5-1, and you're on the side of Maryville. Just kind of throw this game away. You know this game happened, but you just got to come back and reset for more of game number 2. So all the midfield pressure was all for Missouri State this game, so you got to figure out what you can do. That's going to be That was. I don't know how that didn't go in. That was. I was about to call one of the sickest own goal reads I think I've ever seen on a broadcast, but it doesn't go in. And Maryville State down 5-1, but this game is over, unfortunately.
Some bit of drama here at the end of game 1. As D-Stuck will play that one through, get his hat trick on the game as well. Why not? And it's a 6-1 lead. 31 seconds left to go for Missouri. A bit of a pinball action out in front that time. But again, it's been the pressure from Missouri that has won them this game. As you take a look at the shot counter, a lot to a very, very little in favor of Missouri State.
Oh my, was that 15-2? That's rough. It's more of just, you got to control the midfield a little bit better, not allow them to take as many shots in your half. They got out to an early lead as well, so that didn't help. They just kept piling on and piling on. So we'll see what they can do in game number 2, but I'm hoping to see just some more midfield pressure and try to contain this offense of Missouri State.
Well, the final seconds have ticked off the clock. D stuck towards the net. Naturals can't force it home. Looking for his first goal of the outing, but he'll have to wait to try to find one in game number 2. Either way, Missouri State, they take the victory. 6-1 final score in game 1, and it's a great start to the series.
Yeah, that is. I mean, look at the offense. I mean, you can't look at it, but the offensive stats. I mean, 16-2 for shots. I think that says something right there. I mean, that says how much pressure that they did have. And if you look on the save side as well, was that nine saves? That's a lot of time that you're playing in your own half. You just gotta try to start winning challenges in the midfield, taking that boost away from them, not allowing them to really control the game that they did in game number 1.
Week in, week out, we talk about how important that midfield control is, keeping the boost in your favor and making sure that the enemy team doesn't have any room to push out of their own zone. In Missouri State, they played that game to a T. How do you counter a game plan like that if you're Maryville?
You start playing. I feel like you start playing a little more physical. I mean, as I think I said last week, I think I've said every week, Pittsburgh Knights do it best. I mean, they're really on you. They, even if they don't have boosts, they still continue to challenge and start winning those challenges because they don't care if you have the ball or not. They're just going to go anyways, and they're going to beat you to the ball. They're going to force you to do something. So you just got to become more physical and challenge a little bit faster as D-Stuck's going to get shot towards the net. You can't finish it off. And not a fantastic start from Maryville, but we'll see what they can do in the rest of the game number 2.
Yeah, not the greatest start, as you say, but the start that Missouri State certainly wanted, trying to pick up where they left off in game number 1. As Gunner's going to cut that pass. He's got Naturals, but Naturals opts to turn. He will go for the shot. Muzzy gets there in time to clear that one away, and the rotation very good now for Missouri, although Old Gunner's going to get caught a little bit here. Muzzy had an opportunity, but this one's going to come out in front. Awash trying to put this one down. Good save by Gunner. That'll keep us still knotted at 0 as we approach the minute mark.
That was really their second great opportunity of the series, the first one they capitalized on. But this was the first real one of game number 2, and they almost finished it off as D-Stuck just backflips there. But look at that midfield. Look how much space they're giving Missouri State as Muzzy backs up a net. Just kind of letting him take a shot, but it is able to be cleared out. This Maryville team has to start challenging things faster than their own end. Even if they don't have the boost, you just got to go, force them to do something.
Minute and a half has been played in game number 2. We are still knotted at 0. One shot registered for Maryville early on in this game. 4 shots for Missouri State. So we'll go up to 5 there. As now D-Stuck plays this into the corner. Gunner looking for a pass across. Naturals is going to turn away as Unez tries to race this one forward, although Naturals, he'll take that challenge. Awash, solid touch to get that clear of Old Gunner, but now D-Stuck into the corner, looking for a play out in front. Awash will clear it away one more time. 3 minutes left to go here in game number 2. Still no score on the board, but threatening our Missouri. Muzzy doesn't make the play. It goes just wide. Close call for Maryville.
Yeah. There just seems to be like little whiffs on the side of Maryville that are making the offense easy for Missouri State. They're able to push forward a lot more because they know that they're going to have a free chance of the ball, but that's just wide. Well, not just wide, just into the corner. It was a good play there, but unable to finish it off. D-Stuck tries to finish it one off and just feels like Missouri State's expecting Maryville to hit some of these balls, and they're giving them the respect, but they're really not. I don't know. They're not capitalizing on the opportunities that they have in the offensive zone.
Naturals still trying to make something work in this blue corner. Gunner was next in line. Naturals is going to be rotating back to play this one out of his own zone. Muzzy looks to challenge, but Natural goes mid. Unez takes away the ball. Now Gunner up for it, looking for the pass down to D-Stuck, connects with him, and this gets pushed back into the blue half. Muzzy back towards mid Solid pinch along that mid wall. D-Stuck gets there in time. Awash, the only man back now, has to back up and try to control this. Doesn't get the touch on it. Naturals is there. He shoots, hits the post. And now Gunner up for this one. Won't be able to get this one down. That's another missed opportunity for Missouri State.
Yeah, that was an open net. Awash really putting himself in a tough spot. But he gets away with it, and Maryville still have the ability to come back in this game, get a goal. Be cleared down. Natural's going to try to get there. A good play from Anez. Slowing down that offensive transition. That's going to go right in the midfield. D-Stuck with another shot. But no shots have gone in for Missouri State, even with all this pressure they've had in game number 2.
Oh, this one bounces out in front. D-Stuck goes high. Gunner gets a touch on it as well. And it deflects into the corner. As now Awash burns down the wing, takes a shot. Naturals is there for the save. 45 seconds left to go. Game 2, still no score. Lots of opportunities for the team in orange, but they haven't been able to crack the net yet. Time running out in regulation time, however. As now Gunner going to try to make something happen. Bounces out in front. Awash is there. He gets the clear. Anez will try to track this down. D-Stuck, though, able to get there first. And now with 25 seconds left to go, this is towards the net. Muzzy puts it in his own goal, and it's 1-0 for Missouri State.
It's so unfortunate. You've been in this game for pretty much the whole time. All you needed was just one shot to go in, and unfortunately, Muzzy trying to clear it out gets there a little bit too late. And Missouri State, my apologies, grab the first goal with 23 seconds left. Let's see what Maryville can do with the last 15 or so in this game number 2.
Took over 4.5 minutes to find the first goal in this game, as there's a second one. This time it's Naturals from midfield, and that should just about do it for game 2. It's a 2-0 lead with 11 seconds to go.
Yeah, and as soon as that first goal went in, they got caught out and started to break down, especially right off the kickoff. Naturals getting his first goal this series makes it 2-0 and should solidify game number 2. And with that one, it will secure it. They will go up 2-0 in this series, and we'll be on match point. Maryville has to reverse, take this best of 5.
1 goal in game 1, no goals in game 2 for Maryville. And the final score of game 2, 2-0 in favor of Missouri State. Definitely a lack of offense and not a lot of time to fix the problem here, Vitali. Give me something that Maryville can do to fix this offensive issue.
I think I said at the start of the end of game 1, you just got to start winning these challenges in midfield. You got to start challenging things in your own half. I mean, if you look at if you see the shots, it's 11-2. That is, I think, 27-4 shot differential in this series. That's quick math. I don't know if exactly I got that right, but that is a lot of pressure that you have on your net. That's a lot of pressure you don't want. I mean, you're going to be forced to make these saves and be in really uncomfortable situations. And unless they don't capitalize, which Missouri State didn't for almost, the whole game, you're not going to be able to get away with it the whole game and still win that. I mean, as it showed in game number 2, they almost got away with it all game, but they finally broke in the last 30.
You talk about capitalization of opportunities in Missouri State. They certainly struggled through the first 4.5 minutes of that game. Eventually, they were able to crack the defense, put the ball in the net, and they take a 2-0 series lead. They're looking for an early lead here in game 3 as that shot from Natural goes high. Gunner takes a shot on goal. He'll knock this one home off the post and in. It's a quick 1-0 lead for Missouri State.
And they do exactly what they needed to do in game number 2. Just start off the scoring early. A perfect shot right off the post and in. Beating the man up for the ball. And they get an early 1-0 lead, which is something they had in game number 1. They ran away with it. They need to do the same in game number 3. Don't want to let Maryville stick around. Because you never know. You let a team stick around, anything can happen in Rocket League.
4.5 minutes left to go, game 3. Missouri State out to another lead. And Maryville have to play from behind yet again. Let's see if they can change their fortunes here in game 3. They've got to win the next 3 in a row if they want to take the series and stay perfect on the season. But for Missouri State, just one more victory and you can walk away from this with a clean sweep. We'll see if they can do it as D-Stuck plays that down to Gunner. Pass out to Naturals. Hits the post. The team play from Missouri was beautiful, but the execution just off the mark.
Yeah, that was a beautiful team play. All three members getting into it. The fake from Naturals. That's to go just off the post. And Missouri State really controlling this game number 3. Is this going to go down the field? Unez has a free shot, but it's going to be saved away. D-Stuck able to get there in time. Maryville trying to stick around, but this, as quickly as the offense was created, it's now deleted. They can't get anything more going than that one shot. Missouri, oh, what a freak pinch towards the net. That's still 1-0 in this game number 3.
3:15 left to go as Muzzy sends this towards the net. Cleared off the back wall by Naturals. Awash not going to be able to make the play. Unez has to step up. He gets a second touch on it as well. Looking for the pass to Muzzy. He scores. We're tied at 1. 3:03 left to go.
What a perfect pass here from Unez. Reads it perfectly off that back wall. Knows Muzzy's going to come in, and Muzzy just beats the last defender to the ball. And we're all tied at 1. Maryville, a fantastic team play to get back into this game. And, I mean, all that pressure that Missouri State has had has all gone for naught as we're all tied. As this might be another play. Muzzy is there. No, Awash will put it in, and they grab their first lead of the series. It's 2-1.
2-1 indeed, and you'd look at just why Unez stepping up to make 2 plays in a row, coming in from that far side. And this time it's a pass out to Awash. He'll score on the pinball play out in front, and all of a sudden Maryville has some life in the series. Gunner tries to take it away, but Awash will see this one clear. Muzzy to help out as well. Is this going to bounce off the mid wall? Comes out in front. Awash is there. He's got to get it on net towards the goal. Muzzy gets it by all the defenders, but they can't knock it home. Close call yet again for Maryville, but some signs of life certainly as we approach mid-game here in Game 3.
Yeah, definitely. Is this going to be towards their own net, but they can't finish that one off. And they're doing exactly what I wanted to do. They're just starting to go for the ball in the midfield and really forcing Missouri State into really awkward shots. As Gunner's going to put that one in and open it for him. It's all tied at 2.
And this is where a bit of over-aggression can certainly hurt your team. Unez sees the play he wants, but Gunner absolutely reads it perfectly, and he'll take away the pass, put the shot on the goal, and make it 2-2 with 2:17 left to go. Gunner getting his second of the game. Certainly has been a goal scorer in this series when they've needed him to be. He'll look to make a pass out in front yet again. Takes it off the ceiling. Gunner trying to find it down to D-Stuck. Good play by Muzzy to make the clear. Gonna bounce out. Naturals keeps the ball in. D-Stuck gets a touch. Pass to Naturals towards the cage. Back wall. Muzzy doesn't make the touch. Gunner's gonna turn. Opts to let D-Stuck go for it. He gets demoed. Naturals now out in front. Gets over Muzzy, and it's a 3-1 lead for Missouri State. I'm sorry, a 3-2 lead for Missouri State.
Yeah. And just a good play. A demo not allowing Muzzy to go for that. No, Gunner. A good play to just force Muzzy to stick to the ground. And now it's 3-2 Missouri State. They've done a good job of coming back in this game. Right after Maryville pretty much grabbed all the pressure. And that's going to be a 4-2 lead as no one hits the ball from Maryville off the kickoff. Just a good job of capitalization there.
Unez thought he could get to that ball. Unfortunately, could not, and D-Stuck will knock home his first of the game. So a 4-2 lead now for Missouri State. 1:42 left to go. If they can hold on to this lead, it will be a clean series sweep for the boys in orange. Maryville still has some life. They just need to get out of their own zone as Gunner plays this out in front. Awash makes the block on D-Stuck out in front. This will be touched back down. Gunner towards the net. He'll even get the cut of that pass as well. This will come out to D-Stuck. He'll score. 5-2 now for Missouri.
Yeah, and all that pressure that they had, they're just starting to get beat again in the midfield. As Missouri State really started to speed up at the halfway point of this game, and now it's 5-2. And I mean, if you're Maryville, you had some good chances in this game and in this series, but you just got to work on some capitalization and getting out of your own end. This would have been a very different series. Missouri State, I mean, it's all been confirmed that they're going to sweep the series, which was kind of unfortunate because there was a lot of possibilities. As D-Stuck's going to try to put that one on again. But if you're Maryville, I mean, you played pretty well in this last game at least, so that at least you have to look forward to, is that's going to be off the post again. Missouri State finally can't find the capitalization that Maryville wanted, but this might be another one. Oh, no, what a save! What a save from Anez. And with 30 seconds to go, it's probably going to be a sweep from Missouri State at this point.
And it most certainly is. Well played to Missouri State. 3-0 series victory for them. And again, we talk about how Maryville came into this game riding a high. They were 2-0 coming in. They'll fall to 2-1. Now it's time to look forward to next week. How do you bounce back from a loss that really never went your way?
Yeah, I mean, this week's going to be... This week is tough, and even next week's going to be tougher. Looking ahead, they're going to be playing MST, which that's going to be a tough team to play. That's actually the only team, as Anez puts that 0-second goal in. A really nice shot from him. That's the only team that Missouri State had lost to at this point, as they're going to be moving to 2-1 on the season after this sweep. But it's really just bouncing back. I mean, you just got to go over the replays. I mean, it's simple stuff. It's just going over replays, figuring out what you can do better, and just improving. I mean, that's the biggest thing in this league. I mean, you have a lot of time to improve, and it's obviously you want to keep improving as a team. So that's the biggest thing going into next week.
And it's a 5-2 victory in Game 3 there for Missouri State. Again, a 3-0 sweep over Maryville. And Vitaly, take me through some of the big key points for Missouri State in this series. What did they do right to allow them to really dominate the series from start to finish?
Their offensive pressure that they had was fantastic. Even in this game, they had 15 shots again. So we're up to, was that 42 to, I think that's 10 shot differential in this whole series for Missouri State compared to Maryville. So obviously, with that offensive pressure, you're going to score a lot of goals, and they really, really did a good job of winning the challenges of the midfield. I mean, this series, it was fantastic for them.
And before we go to break, I do want to tell you about our sponsor and give a big thank you to our sponsor in GameStop. GameStop is partnering with CSL in the 2019-2020 season to activate collegiate esports tournaments online and in person. Visit www.gamestop.com/esports for more details about their GameStop Performance Center gaming clinics. GSPC gaming clinics are free for all players and give you an insider look at how the players you love to watch dominate the games you love to play. And Vitaly, we just watched a quick 3-game series. I think we've got a couple of highlights from that series if you want to go ahead and talk us through them.
Yeah, I mean, right now, obviously, a fantastic series from them. Missouri State. What can you say? What can you say other than the pressure that they had? I mean, just fantastic plays all around.
Yeah, most certainly. And yeah, these I apologize, I misspoke there. These are highlights from last week, of course, that we had here, and it's always a lot of fun in in the Collegiate Star League. We are going to go ahead and take a very short break. On the other side of that, we're heading north, Vitaly, for a Northern Conference clash. You're not going to want to miss it. Northridge, but it looks like we're headed into overtime.
As they keep it up, here's Amateur takes a shot towards net. The caster curse gets hunted, and they get the first goal of game number 1 with 1 second left.
This is a beautiful second touch from Amateur, but Logical not able to get double taco down in front. Logical can't quite get it outside of the box. There's Amateur. He'll score. It's a 3-0 game now for Northridge. Amateur on his second. Gets it on his 9th shot of the game. Certainly been peppering the net. With it. Bouncing down towards Amateur. Shot on goal. That's in. 4 goals for Amateur. It's 4-2.
And Amateur having a really good game here, but all of Berkeley players all come together in that.
As Addy gets demoed from behind. Richard can't get it by Exhale. It's going to bounce down in front. Fantasy shoots. He scores. There's the first goal for Fullerton in the series. And it comes at a great time a minute into game 2.
And finally, they figure out that aerial game. They almost got a goal there. And Berkeley's having a lot of chances. Addy's going to put that one off both posts, and Richard's going to finish that one off. And it's 1-0 Berkeley here in game number 3.
Yeah, missed touch from Exhale. He wants to try to control it, but ends up
time. And things are a little bit scary on both sides. Hopefully they can shore it up, as that's just going to just go in from Exhale. And they take a 2-1 lead in the series right off the kickoff.
Oh, we can't really see it in the replay there, but Addy and Richard get hung up on each other.
Fullerton has pretty much owned that backboard all series, as Richard's going to get it past all of them. No one's going to go in. A solo play from him with 20 seconds left. They take a 1-goal lead.
Richard, the hero right now for UC Berkeley. Nino has to play it away. Oh, sorry, Nico, I think. That's what it looks like. That's a good flick. I think a sticky race has to make the save, but full send beneath that play. Now full send. Great keep, and gets it around the defender and scores another beautiful goal. That's for the hat trick for full send. It's 5-1.
The Doomsday dish coming out in full effect here, full send to get out of hand like they did in game number 1.
Nico out of the corner. Bounces down in front, out for Employed Wolf. Man, the pinball play from Long Beach in the corner. It works out. It's 2-1.
Tactical Whips did not intend to get that touch. He was just falling in the ball. He's like in that offensive zone. Doing a good job of it. Tactical Whips just going to pop it up, and they are going to win game number 2. As he wins that touch in midfield, and Employed Wolf going to finish that one off. And Long Beach wins game number 2, 4-2, and ties the series 2 at 1.
Don't know if it's worth it. Oh, it's always the wrong day to show, and I don't know where to go now, go now, go now, where to go now, go now, go now, no way to know where to go. Go. other time you did, you let it slip right through your fingertips. And I know, 'cause I've been there before. And it shows right down to my core. It's there for the taking. Hold my breath, tremble and shaking. No fear left, 'cause I've been high 100 times, and all I find is who's the It holds me down. The doubt I had for all of it, I see it now. It's closer than it's ever been, but don't take long. It could be good this time. We're not too far gone. We haven't crossed the borderline. It's there for the taking. Hold my breath, tremble and shaking. No fear left, 'cause I've been high 100 times, and all I found is who's the fight. 'Cause I've been high 100 times, and all I
keep it down, no sleep. I think I went and figured it out, and you're what you're about. Well, I know that you never run far, 'cause you don't even answer. Wanted it and not die. That one day you get some and you wake up with your problems solved. I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. That's enough, babe. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. Whoa. I got my enemies in the dark. I can see that there ain't no sleep, no. But I try to leave. Roll away, now I'm hiding in the evergreens. And then I went and figured it out, and I get a die. I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. But I can only go to bed on myself. Gonna feel that I fell in love. Guess I wanna really take it all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Collegiate Star League. I don't remember what week this is. I think it's number 4. We are back. Hunted me. Normal stuff here on the Collegiate Star League. We're going to be back with Algonquin College and Lambton, and I'm excited to see these teams.
Yeah, we're going up north into the Northern Territory, up into Canada there, and yeah, I'm very interested to see how this one plays out. I don't know a whole lot about Algonquin's B team, or really Lambton for that matter as well. I know that you're a little bit closer to the Canadian Rocket League scene than I am. Do you have a rundown on these players?
I have played some of these players myself. Being a Canadian player, we've done some scrims with these teams. Played, I think Lambton. I think this is their B team though. So we played their A team at a LAN in it was a couple of months ago. But these two teams are pretty evenly matched from what I know. Unfortunately, I mean Lambton started at 0-3. This is as I said, this is their B team. So they're a little bit of a weaker roster compared to their A team, but I'm expecting a pretty good series. As Algonquin, their B team has only gotten they've really only gotten one win. Their other win against which Brock was actually a forfeit. Because they just kind of dropped out of the league from what I know. So hopefully they bring it out. I mean, they've done a good job. Obviously, are early on starting out. So I'm wondering what we see from this team tonight.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see. Of course, Lambton B team looking for their first win. They already had to play against the Lambton A team, and they dropped that one. I think that was last week that they ended up playing them. And that dynamic can be quite interesting when you have a school that has two teams. Obviously, both teams are working towards the same goal. They want to improve each other over the course of the season. How different does it feel being on a B team compared to an A team? We don't really ever get to talk about that. But obviously, that you're the developmental team. You're here to learn it. Do you play any different when you're in that mindset?
I don't know if you play any different. It's more of just playing your game. Obviously, you are the B team, so whatever works for them. But it's really just more of improving. And personally, it's more of beating the A team. That's kind of what you want. You want to prove that you can compete at that level, as they are. There is some schools where also there is varsity as A team, so they get benefits, but. We are underway between Algonquin B and Lambton B, so we'll see how this series goes. It's a best of 5. You can take it away, 100, whatever.
Yeah, Algonquin going to be in orange in blue for us tonight. Carson, Matt, and Hundo. And Lambton in orange. Shred, Waving Bread, and Snipes for the Lambton College B team. We are underway, 30 seconds in. No score. A shot apiece now as Snipes puts that one on target. Carson's going to make the play, plays it into the corner as well. XLG Shred tries to play it out of the corner. Snipes now right towards Matt, and he'll send it back into the orange corner as here comes Carson trying to play it out. It's going to be Waving Bread to reject him. Hundo can't get the challenge, and we're going to go all the way back to the blue zone. So, minute in, fairly evenly matched, I think, so far, Vitaly.
Yeah, and this is kind of exactly what I was expecting. Is a pass in the midfield. Hundo's going to put it off the bar. Matt with a good touch, but it's going to go right to Shred. He's going to put it into the open net, and a good start for Lambton. They start up 1-0.
And this is a play Matt is trying to make out to his teammate, I believe, or at least try to keep the ball in the orange corner. And unfortunately for him, Shred was in perfect position for a errant pass on that play, and he'll deflect it home. So Lambton start the scoring a minute 10 into game number 1. They've got a 1-0 lead, looking for 2, but Hundo will get up there to make the play. It'll bounce down in front where Matt finds Carson in transition. Good play from Snipes to put it into the corner. Bounces out in front. Here's Carson one more time. Can he get the double touch? Trying to get back to the ball. Matt won't be able to get it either. This is going to be a 3-on-1 back the other way. Shred takes his time. That gives Hundo enough of an opportunity to challenge the ball, but Shred still gets a shot away and he scores. 2-0 now for Lambton.
I was just confused on that play as they let let him have so much time to get back into position. Matt unable to get the touch in net, and Shred with a great flick over Matt. I mean, it was a good touch from him, and now they're up 2-0, and what seems like a very even game is now 2-0 on just a couple mistakes from Algonquin. Just some simple stuff that they can fix going on in this series.
2 minutes gone, 2-0 lead for Lambton. Algonquin, they need a couple of goals to try to bring it back, as that one can't get by Snips. Snips. As now Waving Bread plays this, gets it off the back wall. Snipes tries to find the follow-up, it'll go just wide. And Matt, again, will clear the ball away. Algonquin have only held Lambton to 2 goals here through about the first half of game number 1, which is a good sign if they want to try to come back in this. They just need to stop the bleeding and get on the board themselves.
Yeah, they really do. It seems like they're holding a lot of the pressure. Lambton's just scoring on a couple defensive errors that they're doing as Hundo doesn't get a great touch. That's going to be another mistake that Lambton capitalizes on. It's 3-0.
And you look at this demo as well, as Waving Bread makes the pass. I don't think it's an intentional demo, more of a right place, right time thing, but it worked out absolutely perfectly for Lambton there, as Shred gets his 3rd goal of the game, the hat trick early on in game 1. Now Algonquin, they are going to have to try to find a way to come back in this game. Snipes plays that hard. It's going to come down out in front. Waving Bread up for it. Back wall and down. Hundo towards the mid wall. Shred now. He's got Snipes waiting in mid. It's going to be deflected by Matt, and Carson's there to clear it out of the box. So with 1:50 left to go, still a 3-0 lead. Hundo trying to create out of the corner, but he'll get shut down.
Yeah, Algonquin trying to do their best. He's going to flick it past all of them. Matt's going to finish that one up. A great solo effort from Carson, and it's now 3-1.
And a great catch here, too. He takes it directly towards the cage. It throws off the Lambton defense there. I don't think they expected him to go headlong into all 3 players. He did so. Gets over just about everybody. Brings Matt to knock the goal home. So we're back to a 2-goal lead for Lambton College. Shred plays that around Hundo. Matt gets by Snipes, but it's Waving Bread to play it back into the corner. Snipes looking for a touch. Hundo gets there first. It's a good clear from Carson out of the corner. Keeps that one from coming out in front. Matt has to make the touch as well. He's up looking for Hundo down the field. Tries to get to the ball, but he can't quite get underneath it. As we approach the final 60 here, Vitaly, it's still a 2-goal game. And Algonquin certainly not out of it yet.
No, they certainly aren't. They're doing a really good job of transitioning into offense, but Snipes able to shut that one down. Lambton really catching on to things, and he's going to get a 50 that goes right into the net. It's 4-1 Lambton.
Again, this is just a play from Hundo that needs to be a little bit better. Either play that ball a little bit earlier. As you know, Snipes is going to bear down on you on that play, or go for a fake or something. Just cannot go for that 50 with your back to a completely open goal. Snipes makes it work for his first of the series, and now it's a 4-1 lead for Lambton. They look to close out game 1. That's a good pass out to Matt. What a save from Waving Bread. Gets there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, great play there from Algonquin, but doesn't go in, and Shred's going to try to get another one. Matt with a beautiful save. This is going to go way out. Waving Bread gets demoed for his efforts. Going to be passed in the middle. Hundo is there, can't get the double tap. And with that, Lambton's most likely, yeah, they're going to secure game number 1, especially with that miss. But it's just some defensive mistakes that Algonquin needs to clean up. And this game could have been a lot closer than this score suggests. They did a really good job of holding this game close, even with those mistakes that they had.
Certainly some defensive errors on the side of Algonquin, but they had their offense that they needed. They just couldn't quite get the ball in the net in those crucial moments. If they can clean that up, I think, like you said, the scoreline could be much closer than it actually was. 4-1 in favor of Lambton in that game. Now, the response has to come from Algonquin. What can they do?
I mean, your pressure was good. The shots were 11-9. So I mean, they're obviously doing something well. It's just those simple defensive errors that you just got to clean up in your own half. Make sure you don't 50 in front of your own net, or just make sure to get those touches that you need to get. But just continue playing the way that you did. Your offense was pretty good in that game. Those passing plays were pretty good. It was just unable to be finished off, and it was a 4-1 deficit.
Now we are getting underway. Game number 2 here. 5 minutes on the clock. Score reset to 0-0, and Algonquin, they have an opportunity to try to tie the series up heading into game number 3. We'll see if they can do that. They've got to face down a Lambton squad that just came off a pretty good win, all things considered. They played both sides of the ball fairly well. They got the goals when they needed them. Now they look to continue on as Snipes is going to play out of the corner. It's around one defender. Can't quite get the ball, but Hundo plays it out in front. Waving Bread takes it away from him, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Hundo, again, you just can't do that. You can't put the ball right in front like that unless you expect to have a better, more powerful first touch. And Waving Bread just says thank you very much, and it's 1-0 Lambton 16 seconds in.
Now, again, Algonquin must play from behind early on, this time in game 2. We'll see if they can change their fortunes. So it'll bounce out in front. Matt looking for a play by Snipes. Not going to find it as Shred does get the clear. Hundo able to keep the ball in, but it goes right to Snipes. All the way back down into the blue zone. Now Matt with a hard touch. Tries to deal out of the corner. Has Carson lurking in front, but Waving Bread will stop that play in its tracks, and he'll get the challenge onto Hundo as well. Still, Carson tries to create. Matt has an opportunity. The demo. Good play from Snipes to avoid the bump, make the save, and keep the game 1-0.
That was a fantastic play. Just waiting out the demo, making sure to not get demoed in that situation, as I know that, personally, that situation is super tough. He does get out of it and makes a great save as well. And Lambton stays up 1-0. They're doing a good job of just holding off this Algonquin attack, but maybe not for long. As that shot, a good save from Waving Bread. This offense from Algonquin has been very good, but just can't find anything substantial in this game number 2.
They still battle in the corner now, looking for some kind of touch. This will come down towards Matt. He can't get the deflection on goal. And now Waving Bread finally releases the pressure valve a little bit on the orange half, and now a couple of missed touches in the blue side of things will give Lambton a little bit of some life on the offensive side. This will fall down in front. Waving Bread races to it, and he scores. It's a 2-0 game.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened here. Carson just went off. Okay, Carson just went from the completely... Unfortunately, he went the wrong direction. And was unable to get back to it. And now, again, those just little defensive errors that you're making is costing you goals. And unfortunately, unless you score goals to counter that, there isn't really much you could do rather than just clean them up. But right now, Algonquin just can't score. They've only scored 1 goal this series, and that was pretty early on in game number 1, so they want to try to find another one. Is this going to go off the back?
Oh,
what a save from Snipes! Holy... What? How do you save that?
You talk about right place, right time. Couldn't see a better save than that from Snipes, and it keeps the game 2-0. Luke Carson's going to send it towards the net, and he'll score a slow roller towards the far post. Finally beats the Lambton defense, and Algonquin's on the board.
Just one little mistake, and it gets capitalized on Snipes, not expecting it to bounce as high as it did, and Waving Bread pushing a little bit too far up, but Carson finding that back right corner. And Algonquin finally finds their first goal of game number 2. Took a while. Lambton's had a few good saves, but they're right back in this game number 2. See what they can do with the rest of the game, as nobody seems to really want to touch the ball. Hundo will be able to boom it long, but we stay 2-1 unless he can carry this one in. Snipes, another good save, and the defense from Lambton really showing up in this game number 2.
With a minute 50 left to go, they've got to stay solid again. Only up by 1 now. After that roller beats the defense far post. Waving bread, good dunk. He'll play out of the blue corner. Hondo beats him to the ball. Shred is there in support. He'll keep the ball in. Now Matt, light touch up towards Carson. Gets it by Waving bread, and now Carson looks for the clear. He's got Matt in support. Plays it by Snipes. But Shred, solid touch to get it away from the blue attackers. And now Algonquin's got to rethink their strategy. They'll play it back into the corner. Snipes, a little bit of a missed flip there. And now Waving bread plays it off the back wall. Has to cover up for his teammate. As again, the pressure starts to mount on the Lambton side. 63 seconds left to go. Hundo, interesting pinch off the wall. Goes right to Carson. This will come off the back wall. No follow-up, however. And Shred at least keeps things out of the middle of the box for now as Matt almost finds the back post again. This time it's Carson the follow-up, and Waving bread makes the save. Still Hundo keeps things going, but finally some rest for the Lambton squad.
Not too much resting time. Is that the miss? That one's going to be an open net. And another Lambton mistake, and we're all tied at 2.
As I said, a rest for the Lambton squad. The unfortunate giveaway in mid completely takes that away. It looked like they had an opportunity for a clear there, Battalion. Maybe a little bit of pressure, maybe just desperation trying to get the ball out of the zone. They give it away.
Yeah, having no boost really doesn't help you in that space. You're just trying. Oh no! Oh, both posts. Shred almost gives Algonquin a gift, but we stay tied at 2 with 20 seconds left. That was a little scary. If you're on the side of Lambton, I don't think you want to be doing that if you're a defender.
Both posts from the same team member. It is 5 seconds left. This one up for Matt. He shoots. It's bouncing. Crossbar down. And we're into overtime. They couldn't get there in time.
Oh, Matt, just so unfortunate you couldn't finish it off. But now if you're Algonquin, you've had all this pressure in the last, 45 seconds or so, and now you have to reset and do everything all again. We popped up. Carson's going to try to win a 50, but double commit from Lambton keeps it in. Good touch. It's going to be cleared all the way down. Shred's going to get a touch. It's going to go down in front. Carson, it's going to hit the crossbar again. Can they finish it off? No one's hitting the ball. A bump. What is going on? How is Lambton surviving this game?
Well, they continue to move down the pitch now as Waving bread. The double. He'll miss that one just wide. Now Shred gets bumped by Snipes. Waving bread shoots. Good save by Matt. The ball's going to pop up in front of the blue box. Nobody gets there. Waving bread. Another shot. That one goes just a bit wide, and Hundo will find the clear. Shred keeps it in, however. Last man back is Matt. He beats Waving bread to the ball. And still they continue to circle, but Hundo comes in support, makes the play, and now the pressure on the orange half. Hundo, slow roller, Waving bread, gives it away. Carson can't get it on goal. Had Matt crossing as well, and they can't find the touch.
Yeah, both teams really looking for this touch. As Carson gonna put that one in the midfield. Hundo can't finish it off. Both teams having fantastic opportunities, but unable to finish it off as Matt just side flips both. Oh my goodness, both teams are missing. We do have a rule 1 here, as it's going to be shot towards it off the post again, but Hundo will finish it off, and Algonquin take game 2.
That they do. They stay alive through some very dramatic moments, both at the end of regulation and in overtime, and they managed to pull the game off. Wow, what a comeback from Algonquin in that game. 3-2 victory, and we're tied at 1 going into game 3.
That was ridiculous. That lasts, 2.5 minutes, including overtime. I'm including overtime in that. I don't even know. I don't have words. Waving bread and Snipes have 10 saves combined. And Algonquin, just a fantastic game too. You go down 2-0 pretty early, but you're able to come back in this game and really control most of the second half of the game. And I'm really, on the side of Lambton, you just got to not let them box you in on your own half. I mean, they just had the last 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and that was really it. in Algonquin really, as I said, boxed Lambton into their own half, and they really didn't allow them to do anything.
And it was a very close call there for both sides, really. And, Algonquin, they must have been a little bit pained to not have the game won a little bit earlier. They had their opportunities, but they didn't let it get to them, and they end up taking the victory as Game 3 is underway now. Solid play from the boys in blue to tie things up here.
Yeah, and I think I said it in the pre-show. This series is going to be really even, and it's really shown up so far. I mean, Lambton taking that one game, but Algonquin fixing up a lot of the mistakes for game number 2, able to come back in this series, and I love good Rocket League, and this is exactly what it's bringing.
We've played 30 seconds of game number 3. Nobody on the board yet. Only one shot registered, and that goes to Carson of Algonquin. Good play from Snipes to clear it into the blue zone. Hondo's going to watch that go over his head. Carson keeps it in the corner. All 3 players in the corner now for Algonquin. Waving Brennan opportunity. He scores. Takes advantage of the positioning of the defense, and it's 1-0 in favor of Lambton.
Yeah, and again, Algonquin just not in great spots. That defensive positioning needs to be cleaned up, and even though they did win game number 2, it was mostly just them playing offense. They didn't have to play defense, but in game number 3, you go right back to defense, and it just feels like their defensive positioning and rotations are just off with each other. And that's the hardest thing to build. If the team is waving bread, gets saved away by Carson, it's going to be a long clear. Hondo is up. It's going to go off the post. Matt can't finish it off. Unfortunate plays for Algonquin, as that probably should have gone in. But it doesn't. It's still 1-0. It might be 2-0. They get saved there from Carson. We stay at 1-0 with 3.5 minutes gone. Left.
Now waving bread towards the blue net. Matt doesn't make the play. Snipes is there. He scores. The low roller finds its way in. Lambton out to a 2-0 lead.
And as you said it best, Matt didn't get the touch. Hundo jumped as well, and he just put himself in a bad spot. And unfortunately, Lambton grabbed another 2-0 lead. So if Algonquin wants to take this game number 3, they have to find another 2-goal comeback, just like they did in that last game. The comeback starts now as there's a lot of time. This one's going to just be wide. A good save. Waving bread. And again, Algonquin just has to play offense. It seems like they're... As soon as they get into offense and start overwhelming Lambton, it's really hard for Lambton to stop them.
There's a pass over to Hondo. He can't get by Snipes. Great read from him. And the 50 goes his way, as well as now Matt plays this down. Shred can't beat Carson to the ball. Matt is there. It's going to go high. Comes back down in front of the box, but a good clear from Waving Bread. Carson takes a shot. Another block this time from Waving Bread as well. Now Matt, a bit of a bouncer. Shred shouldn't have much problems. He didn't have a ton of boost. So solid play, but they can't get the ball out of the zone. Hondo keeps things going. Snipes has to make this touch over Matt. Not going to be able to do it, but he will follow it up in the corner. Bounces out in front. Carson, touch up to Matt. Back down to Carson. One-on-one with Snipes, and he can't get by him. We continue to play on 2-0, and Algonquin have not found enough space to put the ball in yet.
Yeah, Algonquin, they've shown signs of life again. They've shown signs of brilliance, but they haven't been able to put anything in the back of the net. It feels like it stems all from defense, and right now they just seem to be kind of all over each other, not really communicating well on defense. Is going to be another 50 go in front, but going to be cleared away as Hondo. You have a one-on-one with Snipes, and he's going to beat him to the near post. English is hard. It's 2-1 Algonquin.
This is a great play from Hondo. Realizes the advantage he has over the defender, and Snipes as well. And you said it, he goes near post on the shot, just out of the outstretched octane of Snipes on that play. It is a 2-1 lead now for Lambton, and this is a very similar situation that they found themselves in game number 2. They had a 1-goal lead with a little bit over 60 seconds left. They weren't able to keep it. They're not going to be able to keep it in this game either, as Carson turns out of the enemy corner and gets a perfect pass to put that one in the back of the net.
It was a perfect pass. And Algonquin, they did a fantastic job of coming back in 2. And after really another pretty rough start in game number 3, they've come back and they've shown up again. And it just feels like, they have to go down 2-0 to really start waking up. That's not the way you really want to play, starting down 2-0. It's going to be tough to come back in games, but done a good job so far with... Oh, what a play from Snipes. It kind of seemed like he faked him and then put it along the ground and just beat all defenders from Algonquin.
He draws out 2 defenders as well. They both go for the same ball, and unfortunately, they realized it just a bit too late. And that, again, Snipes beating the Algonquin defense on the ground for his second goal of the game, and now it's 3-2 in favor of Lambton. Hundo up for the touch. Gonna fall down in front. Carson can't knock it home. And again, we're back to a 1-goal lead for Lambton College. Can they defend it this time? There's 50 seconds left to go. Hundo is looking for a wall shot, plays it down. Good save by Shred. Snipes wants to challenge Carson, not going to be able to beat him to the ball. Waving Brett a bit out of position. This comes out in front. The bump is in. They score. It's 3-3 with 39 to go.
And again, this Algonquin offense, once they get on it and really box you into your own half, there's almost nothing you could do about it. A fantastic play from Carson, just getting that ball into the midfield, getting that Goomba, and we're all tied again. If you're Lambton, you just tip your cap on that one. That was a fantastic play from Carson. And now we're all tied again, and we look primed to go into overtime again, unless someone could break it in the last 20.
Algonquin's going to have an opportunity as they play it into the corner. Snipes out towards Hundo, where he keeps it in the orange half. Right towards Carson, he scores! Bang, bang, out of the corner. It's Carson to put Algonquin up by 1.
Cast a curse again. Hundo to Carson. Makes it 4-3, and with 11 seconds left, after Lambton has pretty much had the lead for most of the game, are now losing with 11 seconds left. They got to find something real quick. Carson's going to put that one towards the top corner. That one's going to go up all post. No one can touch it on both sides. Snipes going to flick it long. See if they can keep it up. Both players, same spot. This is going to hit the ground. Now Algonquin with another comeback game number 3.
Again, in comeback fashion for Algonquin College. And suddenly they are up 2-1 in the series with 2 games left to play. They've only got to win one of them. And it seems if you are the blue team, the prime strategy is to go down 0-2 early on.
Hey, man, it doesn't work for most teams, but if whatever works, works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, Algonquin, a fantastic job. I mean, they've made things a little bit too close for comfort in the last 2 games, but they've pulled it out in both games. So after a shaky game 1 and a shaky start to both game number 2 and 3, they've done a fantastic job in just coming back and building up momentum. I mean, as I said, that offense is fantastic once it gets going. I mean, there's really nothing Lambton can do once they start getting going in their half.
So a couple of uncharacteristic losses for Lambton. They could come back on, if you will, in the last 2 games, and now they've got to try to change their fortunes. That's a double commit early on for Algonquin. It's going to be played out of the corner. Shred looking for Snipes down the pitch. He gets the touch on it. It's not on goal, but it will pop out in front. Good play by Hundo to get up there in time. So no goal in the first 10, 15 seconds of this game. And it definitely looks like Algonquin playing with some confidence, whereas Lambton, while they had good starts in the early games, they're struggling now, especially as Hundo's going to get the rebound, pop that one home. Algonquin out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Matt getting a good touch, and then Carson just getting a fantastic dunk on Waving Bread, and Hundo going to put that one off the post and in, and finally, it just feels like for the first time, I mean, it is the first time all series that Algonquin have scored the first goal in the game, as Matt's going to try to go for a double tap, but can't hit that angle. That would have been fantastic. A good pass out to the middle. Carson to Hundo. That duo has been killing Lambton all series long. It's 2-0.
Yeah, it was Hundo to Carson to win game 3. Now Carson returning the favor. A perfect pass to the bumper of Hundo. He gets his second of this young game 4. And it is 2-0 for Algonquin. It's only 45 seconds have been played. We've seen Algonquin come back from this scoreline twice. Now it's time for Lambton to show us that they can do the same. But it's going to be an uphill battle against an Algonquin team who is playing with a ton of confidence.
Yeah, they really are playing with a ton of confidence. You know, this is the first time they've scored the first goal in this series, and they've scored it twice. So now, you know, Lambton has to come back and do the same thing that Algonquin did to them in the last 2 games. You just got to start by winning these challenges in midfield, not letting. Really, it feels like Carson wins just these midfield and offensive zone challenges as Matt puts that one off the post. Almost another fantastic play from them. Algonquin just playing really good Rocket League right now in this game. It just felt like the whole last, I think, 7 or so minutes they've had have really belonged to Algonquin.
Well, they still keep the pressure going now as Snipes has to challenge Carson out in front. We've played just about 2 minutes here in game 4. It is a 2-0 lead for Algonquin. Shred down to Waving Bread. This one's towards the net. Off the back wall, Carson gets there for the clear. That one's not quite on goal, but he's going to race to see if he can't beat Waving Bread to the corner. He'll play this down in front. Good play away from Shred now as Hundo is there to bounce it out in front. Matt can't get there, and it doesn't go over Carson. He gets up just in the nick of time. Great reaction time as that shot gets saved away by Hundo. And goodness me, somehow Lambton stay off the board.
Yeah, just fantastic plays from the Algonquin defense. And what felt like really shaky defense in the first 3 games or so. They've really shored up that defensive line and not really allowing anything through. As that's going to just be over. And Hondo going to put that one to the wall. But Algonquin really just playing the ball around Lambton right now. Not allowing a lot. It's going to come straight down. And Shred unable to get a shot. Waving Bread's going to put that one off the post. And Algonquin, again, as you said, just surviving right now. They're up 2-0. But again, as you said earlier on, we've seen Algonquin come back from these deficits. It might be 3 here. But we'll see if Lambton can do it in the last minute and a half or so.
That we will. Minute 35. All that remains is Hundo plays this off the ceiling. Snipes doesn't get there. Carson, back wall to Matt. Deflected away by Waving Bread. This goes off a Hundo. It's towards his net, but he gets there in time to clear it away. Nearly costing his team with that touch. It's going to be Snipes into the corner. Matt across the blue box. Shred will try to chase this one out of the corner. Can't get the touch on it. This is going to waste some time, as especially with Hundo getting that challenge and Matt winning the next one. This comes off the back wall, the double touch, and it's 3-0 for Algonquin.
And what a shot here. Hundo, I don't even touch that ball. No, he didn't. Matt just fantastic car control. Able to put that one in, feathering the boost perfectly. And Algonquin, 3-0 lead here in game number 4. They look poised to take this series 3-1. There still is time left, but Algonquin just playing so confident right now. As a pinch towards net. Good save from Shred, but that's really all that Lambton's really been doing is just playing defense all of this game number 4. Nothing really doing on offense. This Hondo's just going to try to put that one in the midfield, but still, Algonquin just controlling everything in the last 5 minutes.
With 35 seconds left, this could be it. Can Carson play this towards the net? Matt is there. He won't get the shot on goal, but the time ticking away ever faster from Lambton. They still need to score 3 to try to tie us up. With 22 seconds to go and Hundo wasting even more time in midfield, this one looks more and more like an Algonquin victory. Great clear from Carson, and that is going to do it. Game number 4 goes to Algonquin College. They come back in 2 straight games, down 0-2 early on, and they take a 3-0 Game 4 victory to win the series. Well played to this Algonquin team, Vitali. They certainly showed that they do not give up in the face of adversity.
No, definitely. They played a fantastic series. I mean, as you said, they never gave up whenever adversity faced them. It was all... you could really tell that they were just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We go down 2-0. We'll get those goals back. And they really did. I mean, the comebacks were pretty late in the series, pretty late in the games as well. But they were just like, you know what? It's fine. We'll score like 2 goals in 20 seconds, and it'll make you guys really question, your 2-goal leads, your defense. But if you're Lambton College, you just gotta fix some things up. I mean, fix up the momentum that you really had. You really scored. You scored early. You scored fast, but you just couldn't hold on to those leads, and that was really your downfall in the series.
And again, you can't take away from Algonquin, and the 2 comebacks in both games 2 and 3, but also a bit of a comeback in the series, right? They go down that first game. It was a tough game 1. It certainly looked like Lambton had things certainly, I wouldn't say under wraps. The series was certainly not over after game number 1, but they came out strong. They played very well, and I'm very surprised at how it felt like it was an immediate momentum swing after we got into that overtime in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, that game 2 overtime, I feel like if probably what I've been talking about, a Lambton sweep or game 5, but just a fantastic job from Algonquin to stay composed even when they were down 2-0. Just say, you know what, we're down 2-0. Oh well, let's get those goals back real quick. And as you said, after that game 1 was shaky from them on defense, but they did eventually clean things up. But yeah, fair play to both teams. I really enjoyed it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this series here. Before we take a break, I'd love to give a huge thank you to our sponsor in GameStop. GameStop is partnering with the CSL in 2019-2020 to activate collegiate esports tournaments online and in person. Visit www.gamestop.com/esports for more details about their GameStop Performance Center gaming clinics. GSPC gaming clinics are free for all players and give you an insider look at how the players you love to watch dominate the games you love to play. Be sure to check out our GameStop Weeklies, a series of community-oriented tournaments that run from November through March for a variety of games, including League of Legends, TFT, CSGO, Overwatch, Madden, Rocket League, Hearthstone, and Smash Ultimate. Sign up today on our website at cstarleague.com. We're going to take a very short break. On the other side, we stay up north for our final match of the night.
keep it down. No, I think I went and figured it out, and you're what you're about. Well, I know that you never run far, 'cause you don't even answer. Wanted it and not die. That one day you get some and you wake up with your problems solved. Yeah, I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. But I can only put the blame on myself. Gonna feel and I fell in love. Guess I wasn't really thinking of. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. That's enough, babe. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. I got my enemies in the dark. I can see that there'll be no sleep, no. But I try to leave. Rolled away, now I'm hiding in the evergreens. And then I went and figured it out, and I get a die. I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. But I can only put the blame on myself. Gonna feel and I fell in love. Guess I wasn't really thinking of. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. That's enough, babe. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Collegiate Star League. We stay up north for our final match of the night. Hunted and Vitali bringing you the action. This one's going to be pretty good, Vitali. It's Queens University versus McMaster B. And, these are two teams that I certainly would love to see more of, especially this Queens team. You know some of these players, I'm told.
I do know some of these players. Someone to watch on Queens is Quantum. I've played against him quite a few times, not only just in team like scrims environment, but and ranked a few times as well. And he's a quality player. So I feel like this Queens team could really be a quality team. They started out 2-1. Their only loss coming to Guelph, which is the CRL team. So really anything can happen in this series. McMaster B 2-2 right now. They did beat that last Lambton team that we saw 3-1. So we'll see what kind of things we see in this series, but I'm excited to get going.
Yeah, me as well. And it is important to note too that this is the McMaster B team, and the Queens University squad already took down McMaster A team 3-0. And of course, they're two completely separate teams. It's not like it's a rematch or anything like that, but it's got to give Queens confidence coming into this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're going up against a team that you feel in your eyes is a lower quality team than what you played in the A team. So we'll see what happens in this game number one in this whole series. We do have a whole best of 5. So we'll see exactly what happens, but I'm excited to see it.
We are underway. Game 1. It's going to be Queens in blue, Yokuma, Quantum, and Trench, as Trench will get the assist on a very early goal. They don't even let me introduce them, Vitali. They'll decide to score before we can.
Oh, see, they're just toxic, They're just like, you know what? Hunted's introducing us? forget that guy. We're just going to score at 7 seconds into game number 1. Just a fantastic passing play from that corner as well. And they get off to a quick start. And this is exactly the Queens team that I was expecting to show up. Just doing a fantastic job of just winning those challenges in that offensive end. Refrigerator just gets beat. Sorry, he does beat that last player. He's going to midfield, but a good demo. It's going to allow Queens to just clear out pretty easily.
As we said, Queens in blue. And on the orange side is McMaster B, Refrigerator, Jokester, and Dr. Frog. As it is a 1-0 lead for Queens early on here in game number 1. They look to pressure. Good demo on to Refrigerator. Jokester makes the save. Refrigerator is going to spawn right next to the ball. Gives Trench something to think about, but this one pops up for Quantum. He goes off the back wall. Jokester will clear it away. Good keep in by Yokuma, and things starting to turn, really starting to show themselves to be in Queens' favor as we kind of predicted coming into this game.
Yeah, I expected Queens to really show up and have all that offensive pressure. And they're doing a really good job. It was a good 50 win. Refrigerator trying to get a touch. He does get a good touch into the midfield. Trench saves it away. For Queens, now in that defensive shot, what a clear. That just goes straight in. A great clear from Trench. He makes it 2-0.
I've got to see if this goes off an orange player. No, that is just a 100% solid touch from Trench. That had a lot of power on it, and it completely fooled that last player from McMaster. So that's going to be a 2-0 lead now for Queens University. Jokester has to play it out of his own zone. Trench will challenge him. Up his Quantum. Gets a touch. He scores. A goal apiece for the Queens team. It's 3-0.
Yeah, Trench, good 50 right in the midfield. Quantum up already before it bounces into the midfield. And it's 3-0 Queens. And as you said, a goal for each player. This is exactly the Queens team that I wanted to see, showing up and having all that offensive pressure and scoring early, just imposing their will on this McMaster team.
2 minutes in, 3-0. Trench gets to the ball. This one's going to bounce for Quantum. He'll get there as well. Hard off the back wall. Dr. Frog looking for Jokester. Can't get the touch by Yokuma. Quantum almost got the demo under Refrigerator there. But it does bounce out in front. Trench takes the shot. Wow, how did that one find its way in? Either way, it's 4-0.
I'm unsure of how this went in. Trench just kind of throws this one on net, and everybody just unfortunate misses on the defensive side. And Trench picks up a 4th goal for Queens, and a good start for them. As I did say, this is exactly what I wanted, as Quantum's just going to go for a pass down, but no Queens player ready for it. And it just feels like the McMaster B team is a little bit slower than Queens right now. They're just trying to impose their will. But they can't really do a whole lot, as this is going to be another shot towards net. Yokuma can't get the bump, but Quantum is there for the shot. Going to put it off the back wall, but cleared it away again. But literally, that's all that McMaster can do, is Queens just doing almost everything in this game.
Only one shot registered so far in the 3 minutes we've played for McMaster. They might get another one here if Dr. Frog can do something with this ball. It's going to be cleared away by Quantum. Refrigerator tries to keep it in. Jokester gets bumped out of the play, and Quantum keeps things going. Just using brute force in mid to try to force back these McMaster players. There's a shot by Dr. Frog, saved away by Trench. Quantum doesn't get the touch. Jokester on goal. Trench has to rotate back as well again to make that play. And one more time, Jokester. He's got Refrigerator there. The deflection is way high, and Dr. Frog's not going to be able to put the touch on.
Yeah, as much as they finally get a play going, McMaster does. And ends up just going by the wayside, as Queens still with a 4-0 lead, and doesn't feel like the same Queens that we saw in the first few minutes, but this is going to be, oh no, an unfortunate own goal. Dr. Frog not expecting that, and he just flips and lands and gets the own goal, credited to Quantum.
It's a bit of a comedy of errors there for McMaster, unfortunately. The double commit that turns into an unexpected pass to Quantum, and then, of course, the deflection off of Dr. Frog. And it is 5-0 now for Queens. Certainly have game 1 wrapped up. They look forward to game 2 to try to take a 2-0 series lead, and so far they have certainly held the dominant position in the series. The touches they want to make, they have made. The goals they want to score, they have scored. We talked about spreading the love for Queens University. All 3 players with 2 goals in the game.
Yeah. Yokuma had taken that one right off the Quantum's head, but it doesn't matter. It's 6-0. This game 1 is securely in the bag for Queens, and they did exactly what I wanted to see in the first few minutes as Quantum almost gets that shot off the backboard. Good try from them, but it's still 6-0, and Queens, as I said, have pretty much locked down game number 1 and have sent a message to this McMaster team just saying, you know what, we're not going to take anything from you guys. We're just going to come over here and we're just going to stomp on you.
Well, if you are just joining us, this is the Collegiate Star League. It's Wednesday night, which means it's Rocket League night. You're watching Queens University versus McMaster B. If you don't know about the Collegiate Star League, CSL is the world's largest and fastest growing collegiate esports league with over 1,800 campuses and 65,000 players actively competing. Follow us on Facebook, C-Star League, Twitter at C-Star League, and Instagram at C-Star League. Vitali, game 1 is over. Queens, they take a 6-0 victory. And now it's up to McMaster to try to change something up, but it has been a dominant performance from the blue side.
Yeah, it really has. And if you're McMaster, I mean, you just gotta, I don't even know exactly what you want to try to do in this game. That first game was, it was a beatdown. I'm not, unfortunately, that's really what it was. But McMaster, you just gotta come back and try to reset. I mean, you did get blown out in this game. It was 6-0, but those things happen all the time. Just, say it was a throwaway game. Whatever happened in the past. Try to recover and start winning challenges. Just a simple thing. Just win challenges. Try to be faster to the ball than Queens, and you might start getting somewhere. As they did have some early offensive pressure in game number 1, but then Queens took it all over. So we'll see what they do in game number 2. I'm excited to see it.
First goal going to be very important. Certainly if McMaster can find it. Dr. Frog nearly got to that pass, but unable to put the ball home. Good start, though, for McMaster. They want to try to set up as many plays as possible to get things rolling here in game 2. Try to find that scoring touch. They weren't able to put one in game 1. They would love to change that here in game 2, as it's going to be Refrigerator. Looking for Dr. Frog through mid. Gets it by Quantum. Can he get the double touch? No, it's going to come out to Jokester. He doesn't get a touch on the ball either. Trench won't be able to beat Refrigerator to it. Great back check from the Orange squad.
Yeah, great job there. Just making sure you don't get beat to that ball. I mean, if you're on the McMaster side, this is a better start than you had in game number 1. So obviously you want to keep this going and hopefully try to get that first goal. As you said, this first goal is going to be very important depending on which team gets it. You feel like the first goal could really decide the momentum for this game. It's going to be a pass in the midfield. Dr. Frog can't finish it off. A good try for McMaster, but they can't do much as there isn't any boost on the defensive side now. Trench can win that 50 into the corner. Quantum going to put that one in the midfield. Kuma couldn't finish that one off. Quantum going to get it past the defender, but Dr. Frog is there to get a touch to the corner. Good play for McMaster. And with 3:15 or so left in this game number 2, we're all tied at nothing. But Dr. Frog's going to take a shot. He's going to make it 1-0. McMaster get the first goal.
We talk about, again, just how important this first goal is for McMaster. They have now the lead, and they get to play from in front instead of trying to catch up like they had to try to do in game one. That's their first goal of the series, and it was a beauty by Dr. Frog. We'll see if that can hold up, but it's not going to do so, as immediately the response comes from Queens. It's Trench tying us up.
I like how you said, we'll see how long it holds up. Dr. Frog, just unfortunate backflip, and Trench reading that perfectly off the back wall. And we're all tied at 1. Queens doing a good job of responding very quickly to that one goal that they had. Unfortunately for McMaster, after all that work that you did on defense and offense to get that first goal, it's gone pretty much right away. And if you're Queens, you did a good job of responding quickly, but now you just gotta, as you did in game number 1, you start running away with this. It's Dr. Frog caught in a bad spot. Yakuma can't finish it off. Quantum's just gonna try to take a shot, but that probably should have been a goal, as Yakuma just unfortunate miss on the offensive side. We stay 1-1.
We called Yakuma's name for a couple of misplays early on in this game. Had a good game 1. Just not able to finish off a couple of goals here in game 2. It hasn't really hurt the team. They've certainly gotten things rolling, as Trench is going to try to find another shot. Jokes are a solid clear, but if you're in the position of Queens, you want to be up in this game, as Yakuma pushes that one wide as well. You have the pressure, you have the control, but you're still tied at 1.
It kind of feels like that game number 2 from the first series, where the one team has really all the pressure, but just can't score. And it's only just a matter of time until this defense breaks. Quantum trying to go for a double tap, but he can't do so. Yakuma up to Quantum, trying to go for a passing play in the air. That would have been beautiful. But Queens stay tight at 1. See what they can do is Dr. Frog trying to get a flick, but can't get it past Yakuma. Quantum getting beat on that 50. Trench in a bad spot, but he's able to clear it away. McMaster starting to turn on the offensive jets now. Keeping Queens locked in their own half. Is Yakuma going to put that one off the backboard? Cleared away. And unfortunately for Queens, that's going to be a shot towards that Quantum. Finally, a solo play will go in for Queens. It's 2-1.
Yeah, great catch from Quantum. Gets it by Joker on the touch, and Dr. Frog can't get there. And again, it's the pressure through mid that Quantum takes. Quantum. He set that play up using that pressure that Queens developed through mid throughout the game. But again, it's that lack of boost from the orange side for McMaster. They're unable to keep the ball out of the front of the box, and that's the danger area, as Yakuma has to go up and make a save on Refrigerator there. And McMaster, they've got to try to respond with only 52 seconds left to go. Frog looking for Jokester. It's going to be turned away. Trench now down into the corner, bounces out. Quantum shoots. He scores. 3-1 now. Queens running away with game 2.
Yeah, just a perfect shot here, Refrigerator. Just off, not a great spot. Quantum beats that man to the ball. And Quantum, just a perfect shot right off the bar and in. And that's exactly what you want to see from Quantum. That shooting that he has. And now Queens up 3-1. If you're McMaster, you got to start coming back now. Clear away from Trench and Queens. Yeah, good demo there. And really all they have to do is close out this game number 2 to take a 2-0 series lead. And they'll be looking at match and series point. They try to sweep McMaster B. Sweep all the McMaster teams, actually.
Well, here's Jokester. He's got to get the double touch. Yakuma gets there before Dr. Frog could find an answer. As now 10 seconds left to go. Trench out of the corner. It'll be Jokester to turn on the ball. 5 seconds left. Can't get it by Yakuma. That's going to do it. Game 2 goes to Queens. It took them 3 unanswered goals to find the victory. That was all that was required. So a 3-1 win for Queens and McMaster. They've scored 1 goal through the first 2 games. You're going to need to score a couple more than that in game 3 to take the victory.
Yeah, they had a decent amount of shots. Actually, they tied Queens on the amount of same amount of shots that they took. But it was just from just the offensive pressure, the midfield pressure that Queens really had that won them this game. A lot of pressure was kept in by Yakuma. I mean, we said that he had a couple mistakes on defense and just didn't put in shots that he needed to. But he did do a fantastic job of keeping pressure on the side of McMaster, taking their boost, putting them into bad spots. Fortunately, Quantum was able to just finish off opportunities, and so was Trench. So we'll see in the game number 3 what both teams can bring. But if you're Queens, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job of just winning the midfield battles and really forcing McMaster into tough spots.
Trench off the back while Yokuma gets blocked away. Game number 3 is underway. Great move from Jokester. Oh, he pushed it wide. Oh, he gets the second touch. What a goal from Jokester. So very close from Disaster, but McMaster on the board.
Woo! That was almost messed that one up, but you know, he'll take it. A really good touch pass one and put it off the post. As close as it was, it did go in. McMaster get another first goal of the game, and this time earlier than game number 2. See if they can build on it in this game number 3. So that's exactly what they want to do, and Queens doesn't want to see his Quantum going off the ceiling for that. McMaster plays just don't hit the ball, and this one is tied at 1. It's just a comedy of errors again.
And 2 players not able to get the touch. Jokester can't quite defend Trench as he stuffs that one home. And it is 1-1 with 4:18 to go in game 3. So that beautiful goal scored by Jokester, all for naught at this point as we are tied up. Dr. Frog, back wall out to Refrigerator. He'll score. And the lead gets back in McMaster's favor, 2-1. We're not even a minute old.
Yeah, Quantum not able to get a touch off that back wall, and the Refrigerator able to beat that defender. And now it's 2-1, and McMaster doing a good job in this game rather than falling apart after giving up that tying goal right off the bat. Doing a good job of getting the goal right back. That's a miss from Trench as Jokester is going to have a shot on net. Quantum going to make a save, and the Refrigerator going to pass out to Jokester, but it's going to go goal down the field. Quantum can't finish it off. He had an open net, but Yokuma will do so, and we're all tied at 2.
Yeah, Yokuma gets the follow-up on this touch. Quantum, that's a great touch. It's a hard angle to hit. He just missed it a bit wide, but Yokuma, perfect positioning. Let's play it off the back wall. Gets his first of the game, and now it's 2-2. Just over a minute has been played here in game number 3. McMaster find themselves tied up again, but the tie will be broken once more. This time it's Jokester getting his second of the game, and it's back to a 1-goal lead.
A great 50 there, and Jokester reading that ball perfectly. Both Queens University players go up at the same time in a double commit. They both get beat, and with that, Jokester restores the 1-goal lead for McMaster right after Queens ties the game. That's exactly what you don't want to see if you're a Queens fan. You don't want to see these leads keep coming back from McMaster. You want to see this series closed out. As I said in the last series, or the first series, you don't want to let a team stick around, or else bad things can happen. We've seen it all the time in the collegiate scene and professional scene. If you let a team stick around, bad things can happen. McMaster is just sticking around right now as Yokuma throwing a shot towards net, but we cleared away, and with 3 minutes left, McMaster have a 1-goal lead.
That they most certainly do. They've got to defend it, however, as Trench tries to play out of the corner. Quantum gets challenged by Dr. Frog. Bounces. Great touch, and another goal from McMaster. It's Dr. Frog this time getting on the board. It's 4-2.
Yeah, Dr. Frog with just a perfect second touch off the wall. Yokuma not expecting it, going up for the first touch. And now McMaster up 2 goals with just over half the game left, and you're on the side of Queens. You got to start getting back in this game. I mean, they won the first game 6-0, the next one 3-1, and now you're down 4-2. You don't want to give McMaster life in this series, as you never know. With a team like this, it's definitely possible that you can start bringing games back, especially if you have a game like this, which brings all the momentum to the side of McMaster.
Well, now it's going to be Trench to fire it down the pitch. Refrigerator and Jokester both going for that one. will get by Yokuma. Quantum to touch it in. Jokester all the way back down. Refrigerator tries to play it out of the corner. It's going to bounce around for the moment. Yokuma is there, however, and gets it clear of Dr. Frog. Bounces out in front. Touch towards Quantum. Good save by Jokester. Rebound out in front. But Dr. Frog playing cleanup crew on that play. Keeps it 4-2.
Yeah, a good job from him to just able to clean that one out, read it faster than Yukuma could. Yukuma wasn't expecting that touch. It's going to be towards the top corner. Yukuma off the demo from Quantum makes it 4-3. And Queens inching ever closer.
Yukuma was expecting that touch that time. Gets his second of the game. So it's a 1-goal game now with 1:43 to go. McMaster has had the lead intermittently throughout this game. They've seen the score tied a couple of times, and now they're 1 goal away from seeing that again as Refrigerator just pushed that wide, nearly brought them back to a 2-goal lead. But they still have this goal to defend. 85 seconds left to go. It's going to go into the corner now as Refrigerator can't get by Yokuma. This will lob towards the orange goal. Dr. Frog gets there in time. Trench wants to see the play continue. This will bounce down in front. Refrigerator, last man up for McMaster, and he will find the clear. So 65 seconds left to go. Quantum looking for the double. Can he find it? No, he's well off. And Yokuma just pushes it wide. We stay 4-3.
Yeah, and Quantum was going for that pass off the backboard. Unfortunately, unable to put it in. Now, Queens, with 45 seconds left, is going to try to put it in the midfield. Doing a good job of just keeping this pressure on McMaster, taking that boost as Trench. Going to put a shot towards the back post. Quantum can't put it away. Yokuma going to put it off the crossbar. Trench, again, blocked away from Yokuma. And now, with McMaster, they're trying to just survive in this game number 3 and push it to game number 4. Is Quantum going to push that one back into that corner. Yokuma passing in the midfield. Is anyone there for Queens? No. Trench backs off, and with 15 seconds left, Queens has to find a goal. Quantum going to put that one back into the corner. He's going to beat his man. What a demo from Refrigerator. A miss there from Dr. Frog. But this ball is still in the air. It's going to hit the ground, and McMaster forced game number 4 on the back of a very close game.
That they most certainly will. So a final score of 4-3 for McMaster. It was a back and forth, a slugfest there in game 3, but we go to a game 4, and now the pressure kind of swings a little bit towards the Queens side. They had a chance to end things off in game 3. They couldn't quite do it. They've shown that now this McMaster team can beat them. What can they do here to regain a little bit of that confidence?
They did a really good job in the last 30 seconds or so, but you can't just have that last 30 seconds of offense and expect to come back into a game like that. You just got to, again, pull out kind of what you did in game number 1, really make a statement. Or else if you allow a team like McMaster to stay in the series, anything can happen. I mean, we saw them take a game off Queens. That's more than the A team did, which is surprising to me. But Queens really got to close down this series now. You don't want to see game 5, especially in a reverse sweep situation.
And it is worth noting that Queens, they took their time a little bit there at the end of the game, perhaps discussing what they are planning to do here in game number 4. We'll see if they make a change to try to get things back in their favor. They still have match point. They don't need to win this one if they still want to win the series. That would be McMaster's task. But I'm sure they would like to avoid game 5 at all costs, especially with a McMaster team who seems to play well with momentum.
Yeah, they definitely seem to do so. And something I did want to point out, Quantum has played in different cars every game. What a pass to Yokuma, just saved away from McMaster. And it does seem like that McMaster team is really starting to heat up. Starting to be a little bit faster players with the ball. As I was saying, that Quantum beats that man to the ball, but McMaster doing a fantastic job on defense as Yakuma gonna beat that last man. Just as I'm saying it, Yakuma scores the first one in game number 4.
And a little bit of a give and go play there. Yakuma to Quantum, back to Yakuma. He sends it to the back of the net. So it's 1-0 for Queens. 59 seconds into game number 4. That takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails of McMaster. They led just about all game last game. They were tied up for a little while there, but never really trailed in game 3, and now they'll have to play from behind. We'll see how they can deal with it in this must-win situation. Dr. Frog up for the ball. 4 players going for it. Eventually, it's Jokester who gets the touch, goes towards Refrigerator. He can't get by Yakuma. And now the ball bouncing around in mid for the moment, although it does end up in the blue corner where Trench tries to keep it there. Jokester wants to deal. He's got Dr. Frog out in front, but it's cleared away by Quantum. We continue to play on 1-0. 2 minutes. The 2-minute mark is approaching, and this game's still as close as we expected.
Yeah, I mean, Queens not really. Oh, that one just slips through the McMaster defense, and now it's 2-0. I'm not really sure what happened here.
It looks like the McMaster defense caught a bit flat-footed. Nobody with enough boost. I think Dr. Frog turns off that ball because he expects to have a teammate in the back line making that clear. And unfortunately for him and his team, the ball is not saved, and it's 2-0 now. Might be 3. Quantum scores. It is. It's a 3-0 game with 2:56 to go.
Yeah, Jokester bumping Refrigerator out of the way of the ball, and unfortunately just pinches right back all the way to the McMaster half. Trench beats his man on the wall, and this goes right in the midfield to Quantum. Isn't going to miss those shots, and it's 3-0 Queens. And now this is exactly the kind of game that I want to see. It's going to bounce right in front. It has to get another save. He does. It's going to be cleared away. But if you're McMaster, you're down 3-0. You just want to start slowly making inroads into this. You still have half the game left. You can't start by allowing shots from Quantum like that go in this time, but don't want to allow him to take shots like that, especially from anywhere on the field. Means just trying to get another lone half. McMaster starting to heat up a little bit on the offensive side, showing a little bit of the pressure, but it's going to be cleared all the way down. Quantum getting a 50. No one's there from Queens, though. Not expecting that 50 win. Quantum again turning. Good job from him and trying to go for a shot. It's going to go off the backboard. But Queens now really controlling this game number 4. Just controlling all the offensive side and all the booze. Just Quantum going to try to get a shot. It's going to go off the post. Trench going to finish it off. 4-0 Queens.
4-0. After that pass play out in front, Quantum beating all 3 defenders, and it's an easy rebound for Trench. In this game, getting out of hand quickly for McMaster. They need to score 4 in the next minute 57 to try to at least tie the game, send us into overtime, and force a game 5. But things looking more and more unlikely as time continues to tick down. It has been a show for Queens here in game 4. They'll score another one. Why not? Trench gets his second of the game off the pass from Quantum.
Yeah, Quantum able to just put that one right off the ceiling, and both McMaster players not in a place to deal with that. And Trench gonna put that one in for the 5-0 lead, and that's pretty much all she wrote for this series. As Queens showing up in game number 4, able to take the series, not allowing McMaster to really get back into the series. They did have that one game, but that was it. Queens really showed up here.
All over, but the formality of letting the time wind down now. It'll be 6-0 with 1:20 left to go. And you talk about a response from Queens. There's no better one than the game they've played right here in game 4.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see, Queens. I mean, you had that mistake-riddled game number 3, and you got into a spot where McMaster had a possibility of coming back into the series, but you stamp out pretty much all hope the first 4 minutes, and a good job of recovering. His McMaster trying to get a goal there, but Queens really asserting dominance in this series. I mean, they've outscored as another shot towards net. No one won't go in. And kind of how game number 4 has gone for McMaster at this point. Just unfortunate bounces and getting beat to the ball. So there's going to be another one. Trench going to put in the 7th one. As you said, why not? They're up 7-0.
4 goals for Trench, 6 assists now for Quantum after that pass out in front. The double playmaker medal for Quantum in this game. With 47 seconds left to go, it's a 7-0 lead in game 4. Well played to the Queens squad. Really taking all of the hope away from McMaster after that game 3 victory. Momentum, such an important aspect to every Rocket League match, every Rocket League series. It really looked like McMaster had the confidence to come in and make this at least a close game. But from the early moments, the early goings of game 4, it was obvious that Queens wanted to take that away from them.
Yeah, oh my goodness, it's Yakuma. I don't know how he saved that, but he did. And unfortunately, that is going to be all she wrote as Queens take this series in 4 games. A good showing for McMaster, especially in games 2 and 3, making things really close. But unfortunately, in the end, we do lose the series in 4 games.
It was a 7-0 victory in game 4. So the 3-1 victory in the series goes to Queens, and they continue their hot start. They've defeated everybody but Guelph thus far, Vitaly, and you expect that that's going to continue for them. They are looking to be one of the top teams in the North.
Yeah, it's in this conference. They are definitely looking to be one of the top teams. I mean, up next week, they do have Lambton, which should be an interesting series. It's too sad we didn't get to see that one on stream, as that should be a very fun one. But a very good job from them. And as you said, that hard start that they've had to this season, they continue it, being 3-1 now as McMaster B moving down to 2-3. And I mean, if you're on the side of McMaster, you just got to shake that one off. They had a good series against them, games at 2 and 3. Just getting blown out in 1 and 4, and that was pretty much it.
Well, I certainly had a lot of fun this evening. We saw 3 pretty exciting matchups, and I'm really liking how the North Conference is shaping up. There's a lot of really good talent. Of course, there's always going to be a little bit of talent disparity in every conference, right? But, the North, I like the matchup heading towards the playoffs, and I really want to see that battle to take the top spot.
Yeah, I agree, especially in this division. It seems like kind of all open. I mean, Guelph seems like they're going to be a top team. Queens are trying to make a statement as well. You got Lambton, you have Ryerson in this division as well. I mean, this division is going to be super close, and I can't wait to see who takes these playoff spots.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at the C-Star League. We will see you next Wednesday for even more Rocket League action. We have so much more of the season left to play. Make sure you follow the Twitch channel here to get notifications for when we do go live. Thank you so very much for watching, and you have a wonderful week until we see you next time.